Hey, welcome back to episode 14. So what I decided to do is to we're gonna get some blue circuits up and running, and then I think I'm gonna add them to the main bus line. Let's get started on that. I'm just gonna extend the sulfuric acid line off the batteries here, doing the 4-2 rule. Guess we can research these guys. And then more science, space science. These white belts that I think they can only be made in space. We need those. We'll need that. And we'll need those. Space pipes, space assemblers, space belts, space everything. Oh, might work, Alex. So what I can do is go in like this. And then it's going to be one more, but I can just fix that like that. Should be fine if I go here, right? Oh, that's going to look at pollution. Yeah, okay. Let's just go get this working for reals. Okay. Now I might just want to come up here. How many? I hover this over at the rate. One is 0.3 a second. How many per minute is that? 18 a minute? Or 6 a second? How fast is this going? Less than half a belt. So I think I can just build 4 of these here and be happy with that outcome. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. For now, we'll just get a rough idea of what I'm going to need. Probably fast inserters for the green circuits. Then red circuits can probably be there. And could I do something like that? I think so. This might all need to be moved down. Let's just create some more space by moving it down some. But I think this will work. Red circuits can come here, be on the right-hand side of the belt. Pick those up. And then here can be... I'll start with a little box, and then I will extend it and put them on the same belt as the red circuits. I want more yellow belts. And this might need to be spaced apart. 1. Just make it easier. Okay. That's a little obnoxious. Oh well. If I just come over here, There. Do I want this here or do I want this above it? Let's bring green circuits over and then we will do the red because I think we have more flexibility on how the red circuits come in here. That's fine. I took all the red circuits. That's not supposed to happen. As long as I filter blue, it doesn't matter what is coming on here. Perfect. And sulfur's not here because of that. Alright, that's up and running. That wasn't bad at all. Now, when I want to extend this to the belt, probably want it to come in through here like this. Do something like that. And I also now that we have the bot, we're going to start making a bot mall. No, no. Give me back that tile. Okay. I want to break these apart. So I can start with some of these here, because I'm not going to put another one. I don't think I'm going to put a unit there. Filter inserter is probably the best option here, rather than using a splitter to split it apart. Although if I did do something like that, it would look like that. Maybe that is just easier. Before I set this up, I don't want to limit part of the chests. Not necessary. So that's that one done. If I move this down one, would I be able to do this one here? Dude, this would still need to go down and up like that. I don't think there's enough space. No, okay, so put it back the way it was. This one can start here. Do I want them all to be at the edge, or am I okay with moving them? Back one looks nicer. In fact, this first one doesn't even need a splitter. I could do something like that. Oh, sorry about that. That could be better. Or I do something like this. Oh, but it wouldn't work like that, would it? This would need to come up one. Actually, it would need to be like this, huh? I guess that's more consistent. And then starting here, I'm going to use the medium electric power poles. I don't need to use these small ones anymore. I like this a lot. And we'll just continue it on up here. If I go 4 like that. That can still make it. This one can still make it. At its limit, though. Which means this one would need to be here. That actually works out fine because I'm probably going to need a power pole. Not quite. Out of undergrounds. Okay. This one's gonna have to be different on this side. Okay. I should have just picked up more grenades. This looks good. Or good enough for me. Now I just need to set the filters on everything here. Let's do small electric motors here. Let's do... Do I want to redo this? I just realized I have iron on this side as well. I could technically do a split. No, iron's on the outside, so I couldn't split it the way I want. If I do it like that... It would move it down one, but I would still want it to be here. It's not going to change anything important. What I could do is just do that instead and just have copper be here. Okay, so copper. This one can be steel. And this one can be circuits. This one can be red circuits. And the top one can be blue circuits. So we'll do red circuits here on the bottom. Steel here on the bottom. Engines can be there. We'll filter the bottom out of everything. So what do I want here? Let's do filter engines here at the bottom. I guess it doesn't matter. It's going to default to the left. Okay. This line, so that's the first two. Stone bricks. So we'll filter stone bricks. And this last one we will filter glass. Okay. That's everything except the blue circuits. Let me go pick those up. Oh, over 200 of them. Nice. So this one's going to be gears. No. Sorry, actually iron. Bottom one is going to be gears. This one's going to be stone. Going to be stone bricks. This one's going to be concrete. And this one's going to be glass. Now let's wire this up. Okay. So if I hover over these poles, I can see what's in the boxes. Now let's set limits. 200 is fine. Deal. Set a limit of 200. Fine. Circuits. Green. And a 400. Actually, we'll bump steel up to 400 too. Red circuits. We'll go with 400 for now. That's fine. Blue circuits. Again, we'll do 400 for now. Okay. Starting over here. Engines. That's okay. I set those up. And you need to travel along here and travel along there. Set this filter. Set this engine. Go with 200. It's 4 stacks. And then we'll do 400 iron. Okay. Oh, those are gears. Change that to gears. 400 gears is fine. This bottom one's going to be iron. $400. Filtered to iron. Going to be single engine. Again, 400. Filter to engine. Going to be the stone. I'm going to do 200. Stone bricks will have... Go 500. This one's going to be concrete. Just put 200 in here. I don't really want a lot. Concrete's going to be elsewhere for the most part. And then glass. $200 glass should be plenty. All right, let's see this start working. Good. Tells me what I got in there. I do Control C, it put all that stuff away. That's great. That's kind of what I want it to do to a certain extent. Let's take one of these, set that logistics filter. All right, let's do that for the rest of them. Oh, then I also did select these recipes, but they're not really producing anything because the rocket silo isn't built yet. All right, let's continue with every inserter here is going to get a circuit now. And then I'll go through and set them. Yep. You already have one. You already have one. Whoops. Whoops. Okay. I didn't realize that those storage tanks had a circuit condition on one of them. Gonna take a while to set up. I might start it, show you guys what I'm doing, and then pause the recording because let's see, we're up to 30 minutes and I still need to place the roboports and set logistics filters, and I want to do all this in one episode and I don't want it to be too long. So let's just start down here. So I want this to work. This filter is going to be the inserter filter, right? I'm selecting the circuit on the inserter. I'm looking for underground belts, which would be under here. Transport belts. When transport belt is less than, I'm going to select a number, let's say 2000. This will enable. So it says disabled because there's 2000 transport belts here. Now, if I remove the limiter, the circuit has disabled this controller, so it's not going to work. Okay. So I don't need these limiters, which means if I have logistic bots and I were to put these in my trash slots, the logistic bots would take these out of the trash slots and put them back inside the storage container. See, now they wouldn't put them in the storage container if this was all filled. If this was all X'd out, if this was all limited, they wouldn't be able to put them here. They'd need to find someplace else. But I can remove that, and now my excess overflow from my personal can be put back in here because I have this logistics filter selected. This is a very basic form, the basic beginning of like the logistics robot network. You can only have one item selected per storage chest. And I don't even think you can select the an item for the passive provider chest. So this is only for storage. It's basic. It's one item per storage chest. What I'm going to do with this inserter that's going into the red belts is I'm going to select yellow inserters. I'm going to say if there is less than 1,000, sorry, that might have been loud. If there's less than 1,000, don't work. So, if I were to take 100 out of here, this would start filling up. And it's replacing it back up to 2,000. Now, when I set this guy, we'll make this first inserter work. So let's select this inserter, and we're going to be looking at red belts here. It says this is an output. So if red belts are less than 2,000, it works. If there's 2,000 or more, it won't work. There's 2,000 red belts here, so it's disabled. I'm going to pick up 100. I need to change this to if there's more than 1,000. There we go. So now this left inserter is going to put in until it's 2,000. This right inserter is going to take out only if there's more than 1,000. I might have actually tongue twisted that. Sorry. I'll say it one more time. This left inserter is going to put into the storage chest until there's 2,000 belts. This inserter is only going to start taking them out of the chest until there's over 1,000. And then for this one, it's the same deal. This this output inserter into the red storage chest is going to be the same as this one for the yellow inserter. It's going to put them in the storage chest until there's 2,000. We can disable that. I'm going to go through and do that for all of them. So I'm gonna, I guess I'll go over it one more time, but I won't explain it, but I'll just record myself doing it. I want to put them in until there's 400 yellow undergrounds. Yeah, I already filtered it to undergrounds. I'm going to disable that in the box. I'm taking them out. I don't want them to start taking out until there's at least 200 in here. So until there's more than 200. This guy, this is the red undergrounds. I want at least, I want this to input until I want 400. And then this is already logistic filtered, and then I will disable the limits. So 100, 200, 300, 400. Just put those 2 extra in there, but that's still working. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and do that with all the items here. I'll see you back when I am done. All right. Welcome back. I finished adding the circuit network to everything in this area, as well as all these little extra ones that I have off to the side. Upgraded bots, the big electric motors, ammo, the speed modules down here, the cliff explosives. And then I've also taken every item in the main bus, or in every item that's on a big lane. Make sure that it has a storage chest with a logistics filter and a circuit condition inserter in front of it. I also put these processing modules on the belt. They're backing up here. And then I've gotten rid of everything on my hotbar because we're going to be spending some time to kind of update everything as we get a little jump start on the base here. What I want to do is pick up some of these guys and some of these guys. That's a full inventory. If I started this down here, this is going to be like our mass storage. Items that don't have a place to go can go in here. Otherwise, I believe the bots will prioritize items with filtered storage. Get caught. Excellent. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of actually build the Robo-Network. Or can I bring this over? Way to there. That works for me. Gonna just kind of place these around. I moved this back one because I knew it wouldn't fit. If I place that there, it will need power. That should be fine. Okay. Maybe I do that. I want it over one. I guess that is technically big enough to Make it there. Add some storage. Go. 4 of them should be fine. Okay. Probably want some lights up here too. Let's give this one some power. Okay. You put the power in front of it. One tile away too far. Bit unfortunate. All right, let's put... How big is our network? Let's take a step back. Logistics network was just over there, so we still need to fill in the right-hand side. There's probably a fine spot as any. Probably another spot. That's totally fine. I'll just keep that there. Just so I know how far I can go. Okay. How's that look? That's a lot better. Probably still want some more over here. Hello, autosave. This is what happens when you don't design a base to use robo-ports from the beginning. You end up having to place a lot of them. If I were to do this again, I'd probably just add the robo-ports so that they auto-build themselves, and then it just gets done in the background and you don't have to think about it. Kind of like a mall crafting things for you in the background, you don't have to think about it. Well, I didn't do any research while I wasn't recording, so I let the queue finish. Not that that seems like that there's a lot left to do, but I haven't looked at it yet. We'll get those 2 items. Then everything below this is a space pack. Okay. Oh. And there. Now researching. Yep, we're missing a whole bunch of entities. Now if I put these logistic robots to the network, watch them. Let's also add some construction robots to the network. If I hover over one of these, it says 200 logistic bots, and then 150 construction. So the belts are going into the belt box, and then all the other stuff is going into there. The other thing I don't have is a way to sort the wood and coal. It's stone's got its own place on the belt, so it won't go here necessarily. But I like that. Alright, let's go put the rest of the bots here in the network. The bots are up here. $100, $200, $300, do $450, and then one of those. Spread them out a little bit. There we go. Alright, I want another 50 logistic bots. Just have enough. Now that we've done our initial setup, that's fine for storage. Let's put those guys in here. 400 to 600, that's good. Maybe a bit late for the construction bots, but it is what it is. So if I were to crash all this stuff, because let's say I don't want it. I can hear them coming. Look at that. They're coming and they're putting them where they're supposed to be. All these lines, this is a debugging tool. And I just had it on in case my personal robots got lost. I'd like to know where they are. But now that I have the logistics bot network on, probably gonna be distracting and annoying. So let's go ahead and try and turn that off. Would it be here? No. Let's just save the game real quick. This one. And then F4. The logistic bot targets. There we go. F5 is the grid. And then for debug, I show tile grid. Is there one that shows... What are they called specifically? Construction. That works enough for me. Show player robots. Yep. Okay. Base is pretty well covered. Our pollution cloud looking like. Okay. I will add more items here to the mall off camera. I think you guys seen me expand the mall. It's pretty simple, and I will come back and show you when I'm done with that with what I've added. All right, so I took a look at what a lot of these recipes are, and I decided I don't want to stress these resources that I'm building down here more, and so I'm going to build these again for the mall of the next items. So the only thing I really added is really stack and filter inserters, which is that's fine. There's still plenty of space in here for me to build more rocket control units, low density structures, and heat shielding in preparation for, and big electric motors in preparation for all these new materials, like the space assembling machine, life support facility, decontamination facility. Some of those even take space pipes. Okay, that must be made in space because space pipes need to be made in space. Yep. So I think what I'll work on in the future episodes is get organized down what I need down here, input some more resources into this base, build this cargo rocket silo, and then start looking at what I need for the next mall for to get ready to be successful in space. So I'll see you guys in the next one.